What's up, Taylor?
What's going on?
What's the word, man? What's your thoughts?
Um, it just sounded like a very well, not relatable because I was on the other side of it. I had my ex, as you can see, my name in the program. I
Hmm.
had my ex arrested for kidnapping our daughter. I around the same time, 2000. I think it was probably 2016.
Wait. You had who arrested?
My ex-wife.
You had an ex-wife that kidnapped your daughter.
Yeah.
What happened?
So my daughter was about 4 or 5, and I'd had sole custody for her for a couple of years, and we divorced when she was like 2,
Okay.
and I got custody, and
How did you
sole
get
custody.
custody? How did you get custody?
Well, I filed first; that was important,
Okay.
uh, but also just
Absolutely.
competence. Really, I mean, there was a reason that I filed for divorce, and it
So you filed. Okay.
yeah, when you're first to file is very important for things like this because it sets the baseline. You petition the court, and then the court will grant the petition temporarily and say, okay, we'll give you this until we can take it to court, and then
Hmm.
we'll decide from
What
there. But it
state are
sets.
you in, if you don't mind me asking?
I say that again.
What state are you in, if you don't mind me asking?
Kansas.
So
Okay.
Taylor, let me ask you a question. So how did it get to the point to where she got arrested for kidnapping?
So at that point, we'd been divorced for a couple of years, and I'd had custody for the whole time, and she hadn't actually seen our daughter in over a year.
Hmm.
Right. I had sole legal custody. She had no parental rights. Um, but we worked out an arrangement, and we lived in different towns. We worked out an agreement where she would come to where I lived with our daughter and stay for 5 days in a hotel there, and I would allow her to have all that time with our daughter but they had to stay in town. She couldn't take her out of town, and I even helped finance some of it. So they do that, and then on the last day when I'm supposed to pick her up, I send her a message, say, "Hey, I'll be over whatever time," and I get a response, which was her first mistake, but I got a response from her saying, "Blah blah 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 blah." Basically, I'm not giving her back,
Mm.
and I'm not in town anymore. And I'm not telling you where I'm going.
Shit. So what happened? How did you get your daughter back?
Well, I told her. I tried to reason with her for a little bit, and I told her like, "Hey, this is illegal, and I'm going to call the police, but I don't want to put our daughter through that.
Hmm.
So you use your brain and just bring her back." But
Mm.
she wouldn't do that. I called the cops. Long story short, it took about 2 or 3 days. We were about 12 hours from her becoming an Amber Alert.
Mm.
Uh, but I was able to. I told the cops, where some of her relatives lived and friends and stuff, places where they might be able to find her. The cops eventually found her at her grandparents' house in Memphis.
Mm.
So I was able to bust ass down there, and so when something like this happens, right, the police take a child into custody. They can't just babysit a kid for the 8 hours it takes you to drive to Memphis.
Right.
Um, they're about to put her into like custody, state custody.
Hmm.
Uh, Luckily, my grandpa's so my grandparents are divorced. My grandpa's wife's brother or something, some relative I've never met, lived in Memphis and was able to get her until I could get down there and get her back.
So what happened to the woman?
Um, she got arrested and bonded out. Or no, she didn't get arrested because when the cops showed up, because the cops uh, went to the grandparents. Grandparents told the cops, "Yes, she's here." By the time but mom was gone.
Okay.
So they handed her over. She went on the run for a little while, and then eventually got arrested. And the story gets longer. Um,
Are y'all still
she
in contact today?
I have sole custody again. I actually got after that, a few years after that, I got in some legal trouble, and she got custody back.
How,
And then when
what do you mean you got? What does that mean? What do you mean you got in legal trouble?
I got raided for drugs.
Taylor.
Come on now, that ain't gonna help you, dog.
It didn't help me at all, but I got it
Somebody
taken
call it
care
out
of.
the
My
text.
legal issues are behind me. I completed my corrections,
Hold
all
on,
that shit.
wait, Taylor. All right, what kind of work was you doing? Was you moving?
Not really very much. The problem was I moved to a small town, and they got too much cops and not enough crime.
So, but I'm saying, what was your okay? So, what was your drugs of choice?
It was meth.
They
Taylor.
called it out in the chat. God,
Hey, chill out.
they called it out. Whoever did that is good as fuck, dog.
Taylor,
Damn, they
what the
good.
fuck, Taylor?
It's crazy.
Can't you
Come
see
on,
me
man.
trying to rush past this?
Huh?
Can't you see me trying to rush past this?
No.
Shout out to next
All
level.
details matter. All
All right.
details
So
matter,
yeah,
Taylor.
I got raided in 2017 and eventually took a deal for one charge of possession with intent to distribute based off quantity.
Right.
And so that basically took up 2017 for me. After all that shit was said and done, and I was out of jail, and I was out of rehab, and in a house again. About a year after I'd gotten out, probably maybe 9 months, a little bit less. Anyways, went back to court, won sole custody again.
How did you get sole custody, but you had got arrested for whatever?
The mall.
She must be
Being-
okay. Is she
on-
normal? Like, is she regular or?
What do you mean? She's not retarded, but she's got substance abuse problems, and she's
That's
on
what I
meth.
was saying. Was she? Okay, so
Was she on meth?
what is her drug of choice?
Hell if I know. All of them. Alcohol, probably. When we met when I was in college, right? We met at a
Shit.
bar over Jägermeister and Coke. But then when we grew up, she got pregnant, and then we moved into adult life. And the people that you can party with when you're young are different than the people you can adult with. And we couldn't adult together at all.
But Anton, I'm gonna give white people some grace on this. For some strange reason, they can cohabitate with that bullshit. They can do it.
What do you mean, Freezy?
Dog, they can be on, like he said, acid and mushroom and live till they 85. I don't know why it's in their DNA. They can do it, dog. I'm telling you.
What?
It's a gift.
I don't. Okay, so
But actually, in a strange twist, being when I went back to court, I was still on corrections, and my PO, she really liked me, and she wrote a fantastic, glowing letter recommending me to the judge.
Okay.
And I think that was actually very helpful.
Man, so do you ever anticipate? Okay, let me ask you this question: are you back like in a relationship or dating anybody like that, or are you just chilling?
Yep. And I'm in a relationship, and she's laying over there in bed smirking at me.
What do you mean she's smirking at you? Why is she smirking at you?
She's probably got that. I don't know what the smirk means, but you know the wife smirk. You got a wife. I know that she smirks at you off camera when shit's going on.
Oh, that is so funny. How long you been in a relationship? You married or you just in a relationship?
We haven't legally married, but she was with me. We were with me the whole time. All the things that I just described were happening.
Okay. So she held
and I was
you down.
my ex for I was only married to my ex for a year. We were together like a little over 3 years total. So this is much more of a life partner situation than my marriage ever was. And she's more of a mom to my daughter than her mom.
I got you.
My daughter just turned 13, by the way. What? How many days ago? 4 days ago.
Are you are y'all like? Do you plan on having any more kids or anything like that?
No. But I didn't plan on the first one.
Well, what about your girl? What about her? What if she want kids?
She's got kids. She can't have any more.
How many kids does she got?
3.
So your girl is a baby. I mean, you a baby daddy?
Not of her kids.
Well, what do you mean? You playing a father? Y'all been together since
Yeah.
at least 2017.
Right. Yeah. We're all in the house. There's 4 kids, 2 adults, 2 cats, and 2 chickens.
Man, Taylor, you got a lot going on. You got a lot going on, Taylor.
Baby
I
daddy.
do.
How do you manage it, man? How do you have any sense of normalcy? Do you drink after work? What? How do you manage it?
Not anymore.
I'll tell her to come here. Why's she going in another room?
Because I reminded her that the chicken coop is open still.
Oh,
That's why we only had 2
I thought she was
because we
mad.
started
I thought she was mad.
No. We started with 12, and now we're down to 2. So the chicken experiment is kind of.
Was she get on? Was she say anything on camera?
Will you say anything on camera?
Yeah, but I have to make sure we have our chickens.
We're making sure that we've got all the chickens first.
Come on now.
Oh, okay. So y'all don't plan on having it. Y'all don't plan on having any more kids.
She can't.
Why not? Well, I ain't gonna ask that. I don't. That's not important. That's not important. But you don't want any more kids anyway, though, right?
Right. Yeah. No.
Man, Taylor, I think you got a story, man.
I do have a story.
Do you have a channel?
I do. It's called Flow State.
Tell us about it. Like, it's just FLOW?
It's at Flow State. I got the handle. So it's just there's not really a central theme. It's just whatever I'm thinking about sort of at the moment.
Okay.
So it's just a little it's a side hobby really.
You from,
Make
you
sure
from
y'all
Florida?
check out Flow State. Too.
No, I'm from Kansas City, but my ex-wife is from Florida. Why'd you ask that?
Oh, I thought that's what flow state meant. That's what.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Tell wifey to come kick it with us for a second. What's up, wifey?
Hi.
How you doing? Why was you smirking in the background?
I don't know.
Here, do you want to switch seats so you're by this?
No.
Okay. Can you hear her?
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear her good. Why was you smirking in the background, wifey?
I don't know if it's the whole story.
You don't like it? You don't like it? It bothers you?
No.
It was a smile
It was
smirk.
a smile.
Oh, okay.
It
How did
was like
y'all meet? How did y'all meet?
At the park.
Just chilling at the park? You was just slow motion and everything like that?
Actually, I pulled up, and since I lived in a small town, I kind of wanted the park to myself. And it was like, ah, damn, there's someone here. And it was like, well, he's kind of cute.
See, that's
Yeah.
real love, man. I be meeting my people at clubs and shit, man. Come on now.
So you said he's kind of cute, and then what did he say to you?
Well, I didn't say that to him. I just thought that. Somehow we ended up getting. I got your phone
We
number.
talked a little bit, and I was getting ready to leave with my daughter, and I was about to ask for her number, but then I stopped myself because I just had a little game. I figured she would ask for mine, so that was the game I was playing. She did.
You asked for his number, so you shot your shot.
Me, yeah. I mean, okay. I was a single mom of 4 kids. Yeah, I was going. That was the only place I was ever going to meet anyone. Was the park.
Yeah. So y'all look at yourself as like life partners and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do.
I do.
Well, that's good. I like that. That's dope. Y'all met under wild circumstances, but apparently y'all gonna make it work and y'all gonna see it through, huh?
She went on the run in 2017 for the whole time I was dealing with the court shit because
What?
they put
Wait. Well, hold on, wait. I don't want to just call you baby. I don't want to call you like wifey or nothing. Is it a name that I can call you?
Katie.
All right, Katie. Katie, what the hell are you on the run? What was you on the run for, Katie?
Well, they hit like a couple weeks. Okay, when they raided the house,
So was you in on it too, Katie, at the time? A little bit.
I lived at the house.
So you
And
knew.
no,
Okay, I got you. No, say no more. Say no more. All
the
right. So
cops.
they
But
so they hit the house.
she for real was not involved in it at all.
I feel you. I get it. All right. So what happened? They hit the crib. You wasn't there.
No, actually, I was there. They arrested him. They left. They had me leave. Basically, they said I could stay and help, or I could go, and so I left because no, I'm not going to stay. I didn't know that they wanted the combos to the safe, and I didn't know it. Um, so I left. And then when he was getting out of jail, part of the whatever was to
When I made bond, they hit her with all the same charges as me.
Mm, mm,
But the difference is I was on the warrant, she wasn't. They told her to get out, and my bond when I got arrested was $100,000. Her
mm.
bond on the warrant was $2,500. So it's clearly a snitch warrant.
oh, I was.
They wanted her to talk against me so that they could.
What'd you post? 10%? Y'all had to post 10%.
It got dropped.
I was
Oh,
going to
okay.
get to the part where I went on the run because that's
Oh,
more
okay.
interesting.
Where you went on the run though, Katie? What's happening? Okay, so how'd you go on the run, Katie?
Katie a soldier. Katie is a
What?
soldier.
Okay.
Oh, and we
It
got a
was-
no contact order, right?
Yeah,
She's a
we had a
witness.
no contact order, so I went and
So
stayed
wait a
with
minute, but y'all girlfriend and boyfriend, how y'all gonna have a no contact order?
The
that-
courts. She was a
the
witness.
courts.
So yeah, they even had my
Oh,
daughter.
oh,
Yeah, when you're under investigation, the witnesses, there's no contact. So
Okay,
it was
so
a
Katie,
bond
so
violation.
Katie hit the streets. Katie, how long was you on the run for, Katie?
7 months.
It's longer than that.
I left Dodge City in a train.
She got out of
on
Dodge.
a ticket that was bought from a girl in Sweden.
Yeah, Sue's.
Yeah,
That was your homegirl in Sweden.
yeah. I went to LA, and I was there for 2 months, and then I got on another train, and I went to New Mexico.
Mm.
There for whatever
For the rest of it, yeah.
How'd you get caught, Katie?
I turned myself in.
She didn't. When my case was over, we went and took care of her shit. And they at that point they didn't. My case is over. The point was.
So Katie, you was hitting the streets. He was like, I'm out. And then once his got cleared up, you said, all right, I'm here.
I had it set up already because I knew what the game was. And when they raided me, I had 4 gun safes. And none of them were listed on the warrant, and I wouldn't give them the combination, and she didn't know it. And so they ended up cutting them all open with a blowtorch. And they seized 31 guns, and all of them were legal.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't expect them all to be illegal, and it was kind of a disappointment, I think. I knew that when I made bond, they'd be looking for another way to hem me up, and it would be her. So I set it up, the LA part at least.
I might have to limit this conversation so that I can actually get this as an interview.
For real.
Bro, I'm telling you,
stories.
yes. Katie is literally the reason why we talking to this man right now.
Katie,
I'm
do
telling
you look at yourself as a ride or die, Katie?
I guess so. It was funny because I don't remember where I was. I think I was probably, by this time, I was in LA, and I was on the computer in our chat room explaining everything I'd done, and Nick was on there. He's like, yeah, you're a real ride or die. I was like, yeah, I guess I am. I really thought that, but
And it was a motherfucker getting her to the train station because she dipped out of town. Her ex lived out of town, so she dipped to his house, and then she needed to get to LA. Right?
Wait. She dipped to the ex's house.
Right. She needed somewhere to stay out of town, so she went to her ex's house.
And you was cool. You was cool with that, T.
I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Why was you cool with it? Most guys are still gonna be jealous. They don't give a fuck what's going on.
No, I appreciate it. I wasn't worried about her. I wasn't worried. Like I was. My only concern at then was the real concern. I really just wasn't concerned about it.
Katie, you ain't tripping about the idea of going to your ex's crib?
What?
You ain't tripping about the idea of going to your ex's house?
Nah, it was really the only option at the time.
And she had to take the kids somewhere.
No, the kids were already there.
Yeah, they were. The kids were already there.
Man, this is a heck of a. What do you talk about on your channel, Taylor?
There's not necessarily a central theme. It's just kind of whatever's on my mind at the moment.
Do you tell stories like these?
Not this intimate normally, but there is stories in there for sure.
Actually, I hadn't. We should do more on this story.
We probably should.
Don't worry, I'm gonna have y'all tell y'all story.
He's like, he doesn't want us to.
I'm gonna do an exclusive just for y'all.
AD, can I ask Katie one question? I don't want to dig
Y'all can
into
ask whatever y'all want.
I know you got big plans, dog. I know
you can ask whatever you want. Ask whatever you want.
So Katie, we know, we gather from this story that you solid. You 100% solid, right? Growing up, how did you develop that mind state to where that level of loyalty? Because I'm gonna just be honest with you, most women would crack. Most women would. I mean, you had kids at the time too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, most women would give in to the pressure. The people talking to them in the interrogation room, they gonna start crying and they gonna just try to spill everything. How did you get to the point where in your life, what molded you to those type of principles where you felt like, hey man, I'm not gonna throw this man up under the bus or whatever?
I'm gonna give you the solo cam on this answer. Go ahead, y'all.
Oh, solo cam. I would probably say you just you live and learn. I fucked up a lot, and no, I didn't like it that way. So,
what do you mean? Do you think that your childhood was like drama filled and something? Was it that deep, or was it like your adult years?
With alcoholics. So. And I don't know, they never really handled anything right. Through trial and error, I don't know.
Do you guys blame like y'all childhood and stuff like that on some of the stuff y'all went through in y'all adult life?
I don't. I mean, I don't, because I don't see the point in it. I mean, who knows? Who knows how much anybody's responsible for anything. All I know is that ultimately I'm responsible because it's my life and I bear the brunt of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
how did they get the drop on y'all as far as to even know that y'all was moving work and y'all got raided in the first place?
Like I said, it's a small town with too much cops and not enough crime. They investigated me for 3.5 years before they finally came in the door. And
they didn't even know his name.
Oh yeah, they had the people who came to the door first called me. What did they call me? Mr. Biggs.
Yeah, it was Tyler Biggs.
Tyler Biggs.
And that's how your name was in the paper.
And my name was different ways in the paper. But at the top where it says who you're going for and what their address is, all that shit was correct, unfortunately.
I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, like, we got a new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
That's kind of
yeah, and there's a new sheriff.
We got a DA.
And here's what I did. I had donated money to the police department. I lived in city limits.
Mm-hmm.
I was a contributor to the police department, their anti-drug campaign in the schools. Now I thought that I was clear, but I ignored the sheriff's office, and that was silly of me.
So you should have donated to the sheriff's office too,
or at least not ignored them. Yeah, I should have donated to the sheriff's. But they got the drop. I mean, the first thing chronologically in my affidavit is it was a snitching interview. but he wasn't even talking about me. He was talking about somebody else, and I came up in passing.
Mm-hmm.
I was mentioned as somebody who deals with guns, and they were investigating stolen guns.
Mm. Yeah, yo. So you're ready to tell y'all story prime time?
Here we go.
I guess so.
Listen, man. Katie, you a real one. Taylor, I see you, big dog over there. Do y'all think that y'all gonna be together forever? Do y'all have arguments?
I mean, she's more of an introvert, and I'm the loud one. So, not really. It's kind of cool when she gets mad at me. She just sort of locks up and doesn't get loud, which is
Why you
preferable
be
to.
looking at him like that, Katie?
I don't know. I can be stubborn though.
She can be stubborn as shit.
Stubborn and quiet. So I.
It's not always great. Sometimes it's like I just need some information out of you. Where is it? But we don't really fight or argue that much.
What would
Definitely,
you?
I mean,
What
definitely
would you
not.
say, Katie? What would you say is like on a daily basis that y'all relationship is like?
I don't know. Good.
So y'all don't really get into any kind of confrontations or anything like that. Y'all just be chill.
They went through the fire, man. They good.
Yeah.
They taking stress off me right now. Just listening
Y'all
to
just
them.
seem cool. I mean, y'all just seem like
Yeah.
relaxed. Y'all don't take it too serious or nothing like that. Y'all just be chilling. And y'all stuck around in the same town that y'all got arrested in?
No, we moved out of there immediately.
Okay.
I mean, they ended up raiding me 2 more times that year.
Did they really?
I got raided 3 times in 2017. They needed to strengthen their case up. We were going to trial because they didn't have safes mentioned on the search warrant, and they torched them open. The locksmith couldn't get in. The fire department couldn't get in. Finally, they called people with portable cutting torches and blowtorched them open. That is so we're going to take it to trial because it's flimsy.
That case is still pending then.
No, it's done. They raided me 2 more times, and at that point, I took a plea deal. Because Kansas has a rule where if you get I was out on felony bond. If you get a felony while you're out on felony bond, it's mandatory back-to-back sentencing. Or you have to serve. You can't.
So you never even got any. You never even got no time though.
No, I did. I got 36 months of community corrections, which is like
I'm telling you.
It's probation through, but it's through DOC. It's not normal probation. But I did have to forfeit $120,000 worth of guns to get it, and I got a private attorney. They basically hit me up and raided me for it was like a Viking raid.